What is Ripple? The first thing you have to know about Ripple is that it is both a platform and a currency. That is called the Ripple Transaction Protocol, and RTXP in short. The network consists of computers called validators, that are spread around all the world and maintain a blockchain. A shared ledger of who owns what. Validators ensure each transaction sent via the network follows the RTXP rules. Anybody can run a validator and maintain the Ripple network like anybody can run a Bitcoin node to maintain the Bitcoin network. Companies who need access to the Ripple network may utilize gateways. Gateways act as entry points to Ripple for people outside the network. It is the same as going to a bank and a credit company to gain access to the banking system. So, Ripple provides businesses a substitute to the banking system in the form of RippleNet. Ripple products such as xCurrent, xRapid, xVIA are offered to companies to optimize their solutions for transferring money all over the world. It is worth mentioning that for you, as a consumer of a financial service using Ripple, this solution is transparent. If the bank will get this technology, then your bank account balance will reside on the XRP ledger tomorrow and you will not know it also. The Ripple network isn't associated with terms like block and blockchain. They utilize the term common ledger, instead. It's managed by a network of servers that independently validate and compare transaction records. Unlike Bitcoin, which utilizes proof-of-work consensus, Ripple does not rely on energy and intense computing power. Ripple does utilize the blockchain data structure, but it uses its own consensus protocol. There are three types of nodes in the Ripple system. Validators, they're responsible to validate transactions. Anybody can become a validator, but there is a list of validators that may be trusted, kept by the gateway nodes. Regular nodes, regular people and users. Gateway nodes, registered financial institutions, exchanges, merchants, and others. If you should have to be gateway node in the network of Ripple, and you will get the permission to make a trust chain. The consensus process of Ripple goes on a shared public database between those who validate servers, making sure integrity. The validating servers may belong to anyone, from people to financial institutions, like banks. The Ripple protocol, XRP, is letting near instant money transfer between two parties. Additionally, any kind of currency may be exchanged, involving fiat currencies, gold, digital currencies, and other commodities. One of the big benefits of using Ripple is that fees are avoided, as well as the long wait times of traditional banking are cut down to seconds. To conclude our introduction, Ripple is simply a payment network for financial institutions. Its main competitors are systems such as SWIFT. Ripple may be traded, but the main idea behind its creation wasn't becoming a payment method to purchase things online. This road is saved for other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, for instance. In the case of the coin, Ripple signed contracts with various companies, banks, and other financial institutions to sell and buy the tokens. XRP is a vehicle to transport their money. They cannot be sold on the marketplace and can't influence the cost with purchase and sell orders. Banks are purchasing directly from a centralized entity, and by doing so, they will not lose any money in the procedure. The cost of Ripple on the market is driven by investors, regular people, and traders looking to make a profit. Let us outline the beneficial features of Ripple once again. The inner Ripple coin is known as XRP, and it accepts any valuable equivalent. System of Ripple is high secured and good protected against hacking than Bitcoin. The Ripple system's successful development relies on free and accessible program codes. There is abundance in the system of Ripple. All transactions on Ripple are built on a contractual basis. There's no require for arbitration, meaning that any user can make their services, goods, and currency exchange. No direct mining. You can swap Ripple or get it as a reward to participate in the calculation procedure. Full transaction history is saved on wallets. Participants of transactions in Ripple have no commissions to exchange. Two-way transactions. Every transaction may be reversed in the opposite direction. No physical movement of funds. No risks of losing and getting your money stolen. Is it worth investing in Ripple in 2021? This question can't be answered directly. It's better to be familiar with the latest Ripple news. Then you know what the project or the community is doing. To have a better understanding of the blockchain projects, check which developments are planned, which collaborations they're working on or exist, how they're working with the community, and other factors. The cost of Ripple can increase dozens of times if everything is promising and the team manages to make this a reality. We, therefore, don't make any predictions ourselves but are positive about the future of Ripple. Ripple trades at about 30 cents, which cannot compare with the value of Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example. Unlike some other cryptocurrencies, you cannot mine Ripple. However, it is a value that has grown in the past year. There are 100 billion coins created with 40% of them in circulation and the rest held by the company. Ripple isn't selling the whole supply in the market at once because it can certainly have a negative impact on the price. When deciding to invest in cryptocurrencies, keep in mind that it may be risky. Do not invest too much. Now, as you have a basic understanding of what this network is, you can invest in Ripple this year. It isn't as famous and valuable as Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, it has many potential and several individuals and institutions have identified it. Ripple has raised in value a lot over the past few years. However, there is lots of room for improvement and growth. If the cost begins to move up substantially, you'll be hearing the name Ripple a lot more in the future. Ripple currencies, unlike other cryptocurrency protocols that support their own asset, Ripple provides two different kinds of currencies, IOUs and XRP. IOUs are tokens on the Ripple network that may be stored on any Ripple wallet. Any participant on the Ripple network can issue an IOU. However, an IOU does not represent something you own, it represents something you owe. It is a debt, an obligation to pay back something you got in real life. When I issue an IOU to somebody, it means I owe them something. When I hold an IOU issued by somebody else, it means somebody owes me something. Every IOU has a name that's comprised out of who issued it and what it represents. For instance, the USD Bitstamp is an IOU issued by Bitstamp promising to pay back USD dollars. An IOU may be issued for any kind of real-world asset. For instance, you may have an IOU for dollars, airline miles, euros, gold, oil, and even cows. It is necessary to note that the IOU isn't the asset, it is actually a promise by the issuer to provide you the asset back in the future. This promise will not do good if the issuer is not good for his word. In order for you to accept an IOU from somebody you have to trust, they can pay you back. In RippleNet, this is called a trust line. A trust line is somewhat the same as a line of credit with the bank. It is an agreement to trust someone up to limited money. For every asset we borrow, we will issue a new IOU. Unlike other forms of debt that can be traded, IOUs for a similar asset type are not interchangeable if they were issued by two different people. For instance, if I borrow some amounts from you and give you 20.99 United States cents Bitcoins IOU, that IOU won't be added to a 20 United States dollars Bitstamp IOU. Since each IOU has a different credit line and trust line, you can redeem the 99 United States cents Bitcoins IOU from 99 Bitcoins. XRP is a cryptocurrency issued by Ripple Labs to transfer payments via the Ripple network. For instance, if a bank needs to move huge money, rather than needing to utilize multiple intermediary banks to transfer the money, it can convert the money to XRP and send that XRP to the recipient bank. It is necessary to note that two banks do not have to use XRP to transfer assets between them. Instead, they will select to keep an open tab using IOUs, without ever closing it. XRP is a form of payment that, unlike an IOU, is final and is considered a tradable asset by anybody on the network. Unlike IOUs, XRP is the usual asset, so there's no counterparty risk. In other terms, once you have got payment in XRP, the transaction has been made and there is no fear that the other party won't meet its obligations for payment. So, if no trust is required and no trust line should be opened when sending XRP to other network participants, why do we even require IOU? The simple answer is that XRP, being a cryptocurrency asset by itself, is relatively volatile and not respected globally. IOUs, on the other hand, are valued as assets. XRP versus Bitcoin. XRP has more benefits as well. It is quick and scalable. Sending an XRP transaction via the network takes 4 seconds as opposed to Bitcoin's 10-minute average. XRP can handle 1,500 transactions per second, although Bitcoin can handle. So the upside of using XRP as a form of payment is pretty clear. Is Ripple a good investment? When people invest in Ripple, they're basically purchasing XRP. This means they believe that in the future banks and institutions will utilize XRP to move value and will therefore purchase XRP and drive up its cost. Obviously, banks can use IOUs instead, and that'll keep XRP's cost rather stagnant. Therefore, the question of will XRP increase in value is a question of whether a majority of banks and payment providers use it rather than their current infrastructure. As nobody knows if Ripple will be successful in its vision and whether banks will accept XRP, this question is not answered now. Conclusion: hopefully, you understand now what is Ripple and how it works. A network designed to move value around the world, aimed at banks and payment providers. Consistently keeping a place at the top 5 cryptocurrencies isn't a simple task, and XRP is doing this successfully. For now, Ripple Labs are advancing towards their target to add more and more banks. However, this does not mean that XRP will increase in price.